What is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new Locals feature match. So here we are in round 2 for the week, and I have two good friends of mine here on the camera today. I've got my friend Dan on the left on Phantom Knight, and my good friend Alex on the right playing Tri-Brigade, Lyrilusc, the bird up strategy, if you will. And we're going to see PK win the die roll here. And also, let's take a look at the poll results. Ask you guys who you thought would lose this round, and about 900 votes. A large majority going to Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc. So you guys think they're going to be taking the L here? Let's see if you guys are correct. PK off to a great start, leading with that tour guide into Graph, then into the Cherubini. Graph effect, go ahead and summon out the Seer. Cherubini effect here to go ahead and send for cost to dump any level 3 to the grave to make a Burning Abyss monster gain that monster's attack. So he's going to go ahead and send the Ragged Gloves to the graveyard. And then we're going to see a Danger Tsuchinoko. And let's see if he can hit the snake here, everybody. Will he hit it, yes or no? The answer is yes. And he will hit the snake, which is kind of funny. I think the last time our PK player was on here, he revealed a snake, and the snake got hit in that PK versus Dino match. If you guys want to see that, I'll leave a link to that up in the top right. And I'll also leave the previous round feature match up in the top right for you guys to check out if you want to see it as well. I mean, Snack is still a free level 3 body at the end of the day. We're going to see Gloves dump Boots, and then he's going to make the Leviair to bring back the Gloves. So establishing half of his Utopic Draco. And Seer will bring back the Graph, and we're going to see the Stain Greaves here activate on the summon of the Gloves. And since he did detach the Graph, or the Seer for the Leviair. So we'll get that out as another body to work with. And he's going to go ahead and make Dante here, detaching the Gloves to mill 1. It's an Ash Blossom. Oh, well. So just trying to hit more PK extenders there, Skarm, etc., etc. While he steps up into the Utopic Draco. I think the Dante makes a little bit more sense. There's a little bit more, higher stealing potential to get more extenders in the grave. As that Rusty gets impermed, that's got to hurt a little bit. Has the potential to get, more extenders, as opposed to going for another Leviair, which, at the end of the day might not always, might just be, kind of win more. And also the Dante has the ability to recur when the Utopic Draco detaches, to get cards like Seer back into the hand for more follow-up on the next turn. But we're going to see him go ahead and link into the Anaconda, the funny green snake. We'll see him pay 2,000, not dumping the Red Eyes Fusion here, but dumping the Destiny Fusion, the Celestial alongside the Dasher to the grave, the Digi-Dasher for the Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Boots effect, go ahead and banish to go ahead and search the Fog Blade from the deck to the hand. Rusty getting impermed here definitely hurt things, a little bit. Slowed him down a little bit. No Dag to play like we saw here the previous week. Just going for Enforcer, Draco, plus Fog Blade. And using the Enforcer there to go ahead and pop itself and the Anaconda. And then standby phase, it'll bring itself back. Bring back a Destiny Hero. And now we're going to see our Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc player lead with a copy of Desires here. Go ahead and dig 2 cards deep to try and deal with this board. So we're going to see him summon out the Turquoise Warbler, I believe. And it's just a free special summon, and then the Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow effect will activate here. He's going to try to negate with the Utopic Draco. He's going to chain a Forbidden Chalice. Chalice seeing a lot of play recently. Is it oftentimes can be better than Imperm because you can use it while you're establishing your board, like we see here. And, of course, the Dante effect activating here to go ahead and add back Seer. Yeah, so you can just use it mid-combo on things and make that nice one-for-one trade with certain cards and, Omni Negates or whatever it may be. And, even if they negate the Chalice right, it's still doing its job. So, pretty good tech card that a lot of people are playing over Droplets, too, specifically because a lot of times you do want to just make the one-for-one trade, and a lot of times you don't really want to make the discard. And some decks just outright can't afford the discard 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on what deck you're going into. So we do see the Recital Starling come down here, and now we're seeing the Sapphire Swallow, and he's going to activate Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer and another Chalice coming down. Yeah, and that's also another bonus thing about Chalice is that, like, it's not a once per turn, whereas things like Droplet are, and they have heavy activation requirements sometimes. So the Sparrow is, or the Swallow is going to bring out the Nerval, going to go into a Recital Starling, detaching Nerval. Starling's going to go ahead and search, and then Nerval going to activate on a new chain here to go ahead and search. So we'll see him add Kit, and then we'll see him add the Barrel Canary off the Starling, and the Kit off the Nerval. And things not looking too good here for our Tri-Brigade player at this point. We're going to see him commit a normal summon because he is surprisingly yet to do so. The Lyrilusc engine has a lot of gas, a lot of stuff you can do with the deck when you haven't even exhausted your normal summon. At this point, though, not a lot of stuff to work with in the grave, though. So he's going to have to go ahead and try to get more names in the grave to be able to banish with the Kit. So we're going to see him activate the other Recital Starling, which surprisingly hasn't been activated yet. So we're going to see him search a copy of the Wagtail. And now we're going to go ahead and see him activate the Kit to go ahead and banish 2. And this will resolve despite there being a set Fogblade. And he's going to go ahead and summon out the Farragut Barren Blossom effect to go ahead and spec one from hand. He's going to go ahead and summon the Wagtail. Wagtail is going to go ahead and be able to search the Bird Call here because, like, I mean, Bird Call is already an insane card enough as is, but now that there's a way to actually search it with Wagtail is also kind of bonkers. And now we're going to see a Link 4 for Shureg, the Ominous Omen, and it's going to be, looks like Chainlink 1, Ominous Omen, Chainlink 2, either Farragut or Kit, not sure exactly which one he's activating there in the grave. So we'll see. I mean, I imagine you have to respond with the Fogblade here. You don't want to risk something like DPE getting banished, or Utopic Draco, because that card's giving you a lot of leverage currently. And, you know, holding on to Rusty is also kind of nice. So I think Fogblading here is definitely correct. So that's exactly what he's going to do. And then he's going to resolve his graveyard effects here. So he will dump with Kit. He's going to go ahead and dump Karass, and then will he activate the draw effect of Barren Blossom? We shall see. And offering Cut. Cut is made, and draw 1. Yep, so he is going to use the effect and cycle 1 back to the bottom. And so, I mean, at this point, the Phantom Knight board has been completely neutralized. He still does have the follow-up in the grave. And now we're going to go ahead and see him activate the Bird Call here to go ahead and actually dump the Cobalt Sparrow. And then let's see if he uses the special summon effect. Looks like he's choosing not to. I imagine you don't really need to, since you can just go ahead and use the Barrel Canary in hand. And then he's going to go ahead and make it rank 1 into the Assembled Nightingale. And now equipping with Celestine Wagtail. So now I believe it is at 800, and it can attack 3 times directly. And then detaching to make it so his monsters cannot, it makes it so I think Lyrilusc monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect, or the just Assembled Nightingale itself, but also makes it so he takes no battle damage. That's the thing that's important here. And Recital Starling says your opponent, both you and your opponent, take any battle damage involving that card. So he's going to run a 0 attack monster, I think, or at least a 200 or 0 attack monster, since there's no Barrel Canary underneath it, into the 3K or 3400 Draco because it was hit with Chalice. And he's just going to basically punch into them for a game to deal the remaining damage. You know, the classic stop hitting yourself type beat. So kind of a cheesy win con, but a very effective one nonetheless. And we're into a game 2. Lyrilusc up 1-0. And as we get ready to head into game 2, a quick shout out to Imperium Duelist. They have brand new Toon, double sleeving extra deck sleeves, main deck sleeves, whatever you want to use them for. I think they work best on the extra deck, and they look fantastic. Nice bordered design sleeves, so check them out. Link below. They've also came out with the brand new mats and deck box recently. Check them out at the link below. And don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKills10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel in the process. And if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please do not forget to use my affiliate link down in the description below. Anytime you guys shop at checkout using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase goes right back into the channel and, of course, helps out a ton. So, getting back into it here, PK opting to go first, of course, opening up Tour Guide with Kagamucha Knight, allowing him to chain block the Tour Guide effect, and going to go ahead and summon out the Graph effect, go ahead and summon Seer, and then we're going to see the Cherubini effect here to go ahead and send to level 3. Looks like our Phantom Knight player also has a Drone Lockbird in hand, which is going to be pretty good at helping to slow down the Lyrilusc engine, but not really doing so much to go ahead and stop the Tri-Brigade engine of the deck. The two engines together make the deck overall a little less vulnerable to one hand trap. You need oftentimes like a set of hand traps that can shut down both engines, because oftentimes, like I said in the last video, the one hand trap that shuts down the one engine really doesn't affect the other. Like, example, Artifact Lancia shuts down the Tri-Brigade engine, but often really doesn't do much to slow down the Lyrilusc engine. So now we're going to see him go into the Leviair and then into the Dante effect. Let's see how many he decides to mill here. Going to detach the cloak and milling 1, 2, and 3 this time around. Hits a Fog Blade, which is a nice little extender. Also hits a Fusion Destiny out of the deck, which also can be considered like a brick at this point, especially if he plans to get to the Anaconda via, or gets to the Destiny Fusion via Anaconda this turn. And we're going to see him overlay the Leviair and Dante into Utopic F-Zero and then into Draco. And then we're going to see him use the Fog Blade Engrave as an extender to bring out the Cloak. And we're going to see him set the Shade and Shade effect to go ahead and summon itself. And now we're going to see him make a Link 3 for the Rusty Bardiche and activate effect. And no interruption here. Also using the effect of Cloak here to give Rusty an additional 800, so putting it to 29. And it looks like Rusty is going to resolve here, so you gotta love to see that if you are the Phantom Knight player. And I mean, at this point, I don't really know. I know you can definitely dump. Yeah, you can dump the Cloak, but I don't think there's a way for him to resolve both like Cloak Torn Scales here, unless he has like more extenders in hand. So he's just gonna go ahead and use the Boots in the Grave, not Cloak Torn Scales. I meant Boots Torn Scales, because he could go ahead and search out like a trap and then summon the Torn Scales as a result, and then pitch the trap to go ahead and dump another name to keep extending, and then get into the Anaconda to get access to Enforcer here. But I don't know if he has enough gas in the tank necessarily with this particular hand, which is kind of surprising, opening up the Tour Guide and the Kagamucha. But regardless, he'll set 3 here, though, and pass turn 2, of which we definitely know are Fog Blades. Well, we can assume 2 are probably Fog Blades, and evenly matched. Ouch. Blowout cards are blowout cards here, and that is going to hurt quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, evenly matched is like, it's not a card like a lot of people are playing right now. I feel like it is getting a lot more popular, definitely. But I mean, it is just one of those hardcore blowout cards against a deck like this. And as you could argue, he could play like Dragoon and gone for, Dragoon Anaconda play there, but like still going for Utopic Draco before you make Rusty is also really strong. Again, you could say the same thing about like Anaconda, Dragoon, etc. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Can't account for all situations. So, and I do think like DPE a lot of times is like better than Dragoon if you're gonna play like the Anaconda engine, like some sort of fusion package within the Phantom Knight deck, because I know some builds play like the Assault package. It's made popular by Dodger Wolf, but like I feel like DPE just gives you so much more flexibility in terms of what the card can do. Yes, like having a spell and trap negate can be important, but like the flexibility of the bricks itself, just how good DPE is turn after turn, incredible card. So we're gonna see him activate Bird Call here in main phase 2. It's going to get met with Droll and Lockbird on resolution, and we'll see. Never mind. I mean, what, call by evenly matched, that's just rough. Like, they got it. What are you going to do? So he's going to go ahead and search the Nerval off of the Cobalt Sparrow, and I think our PK player's back is hurting right now because of all of this, all of these blowout cards here. One of Call by the way, I don't like Call by being at 1. I definitely don't think it should still be at 1. Like, I hate a powerful one of card like that just being around in the format. It's so sacky, because like that's what it is. It's sacky. Because if it's at 3, you can expect it, right? But if it's at 1, it's just because like, oh, they drew it, right? Or however, little of the time they draw, it's gonna be that time that it like oftentimes decides a game. Because if he was under draw right here, he would probably be in a worse off spot. He would not be able to go into double Recital Starling here to keep comboing and keep searching, because that's just what the Starlings do. They just keep searching and searching, and then eventually they turn into Utopic Draco. So he's going to go ahead and detach the Nerval, and see what he's going to go ahead and search off of the Recital Starling. And he's going to go ahead and add the Wagtail here, which makes the most sense. I mean, he does have one Fogblade still, which is also interesting that he decided to keep the Fogblade over that of the Utopic Draco. And speaking of Utopic Draco, there's a Utopic Draco of his own. And then we're going to see him normal summon the Fractal, because again, he's yet to normal summon. Graveyard is loaded up with goodies right now. So we're going to see him banish 3. There's the Fogblade for the Fractal. Going to kind of hold down the fort here. Prevent him from getting further into the Tri-Brigade engine. And he has Wagtail, Barrel Canary, and I think a Droplet in hand too. So this game is looking like it's slipping very far out of reach for our Phantom Knight player at this point. We're going to see him resolve the Barrel Canary, go into the Blue Robin, which is going to be kind of nuts here, because that is a multiple Compulse at this point. Battle Phase, which he technically cannot go into because he evenly matched earlier this turn. Unfortunate that that was not caught. Extremely unfortunate. But if I'm being totally honest with you guys, I don't think it's making too much of a difference here. I know it can be easy to forget, especially if you evenly match at the start of your turn and then like your combo takes a while. It can be easy to forget to you know, that you don't have a battle phase. It happens, right? It's happened to me before, where it was caught, but I mean these things happen. But he's gonna V-Force the normal summon Seer, and he's going to have to attack into the Utopic Draco if he wants to crash the Seer and get the effect, because Robin is too weak for Seer to crash into. So I have to take the 14 of the Draco, and then Robin's just going to bounce back the Cherubini, and that's just going to be game right then and there. Even though the battle phase shouldn't have happened, the second battle phase, it is what it is. Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade taking it 2-0. And if you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up at the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a special thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members. They're Cadillac84, Pony Starks, Keith Sidgers, Tweeter0226, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys again so much, as always.